Since 2011, Marcus Jansen has deployed a recurring suite of watery, submerged, and storm-scarred motifs, most visibly in paintings titled Interior Underwater, 2017, and Water Rising, 2019, to extend his long-running investigation of urban experience, political entropy, and material vulnerability into an ecological and meteorological register. These works transform the language of urban expressionism, graffiti, gestural mark-making, and collage into a visual argument about contemporary catastrophe, the meeting point of social collapse and accelerating hydroclimatic threat. Jansen's hurricane-inflected paintings sit at a crossroads of traditions. The American landscape's ethical ambitions, from Cole to later urban realists, the pictorial urgency of abstract expressionism, and the vernacular energy of graffiti and street art. Contemporary comparisons might include artists who engage with ecological anxiety via abstraction and surface, for example, works that mediate water, climate, or ruin, but Jansen's particular blend of political commentary and urban lexicon remains distinctive. Critics have also read his work post-financial crisis visual cultures that emphasize media saturation and social fracture. Beginning in 2012, Jansen produced works that explicitly stage interior spaces and urban fragments as submerged or threatened by rising water. Jansen's water is rarely depicted as photorealistic sea or sky. Instead, it emerges through surface treatment and compositional disjunction. Several interlocking formal strategies recur. Many canvases are bisected by a waterline or flooded band, producing an ambiguous above divided by below that destabilizes spatial reading. Objects and figures appear half eclipsed, as if half remembered. This fragmentary presentation dramatizes the loss of the everyday to hydrological force. Human forms, toys, tires, and household objects float or sink in pictorial space. They are legible enough to register trauma, but also abstracted into graphic glyphs, a strategy that amplifies their symbolic weight as markers of vulnerability. Together, these devices turn pictorial surface into an index of systemic exposure. Water becomes a textural and organizational principle rather than merely an ecological fact. While Jansen does not produce documentary reportage, his paintings condense the aesthetic and emotional register of climate crisis into an accessible, affective vocabulary. Flooded rooms and abandoned toys stand in for communities abandoned by infrastructure and governance. The imagery aligns natural disaster with man-made policy failures, creating an ethical frame in which climate events are legible as social injustice. Jansen's long interest in the mediated public sphere news images, advertising, and propaganda makes these canvases feel like critiques of how societies frame disaster.